before the schedule. Welcome to Blazing Baseball, episode number 128, where we blaze through today's baseball topics, and we are Astros and Yankees fans. So right now we have the Braves and Marlins pregame on, and that will be the first game to start off the MLB schedule for today.
Yep, 14 games tonight.
Before we get into that, we have breaking news. ESPN, Houston Astros, Michael Brantley has season-ending shoulder surgery.
Oh, that's so bad for the Astros. So
Yep.
bad for Michael Brantley. He's an amazing batter. What a hitter.
Right shoulder surgery.
And he's 35.
It says he underwent orthoscopic labral repair.
Oh, see, shoulders are so difficult to get repaired. Oh, he was batting 288.
So, quote by General Manager James Click on Friday, there were a lot of different avenues that were taken to try to get Michael back on the field in time for the end of the season. And ultimately, after consultation with our trainers and doctors, we ultimately came to the conclusion that this was the right path for him long-term for his health.
Wow. That's a problem for him. He's out for the season. It's very difficult to recover from shoulder surgery. It takes a long time, 6 months. And the Astros are going to have a hard time without him, batting third.
Mm-hmm.
He's an amazing batter.
It says Alamis Diaz was in left field for Friday's night series opener against last place Oakland. Chas McCormick and Jordan Alvarez has also started and left for the Astros this year. Trey Mancini, who was required from Baltimore as part of a 3-team trade on August 1st, also could be an option.
Okay.
And so
it's a tough one.
Yep. Hard pill to swallow.
It sure is.
And so, we have the Braves at Marlins in warm-up. And sorry if I mispronounce any names of this podcast. And we have the Braves Odorizzi, who is 4-4, versus the Marlins Lopez, who is 7-7. And then later today, we have the Padres and Nats, with the Padres Clevenger, who is 3-4, versus the Nats Abbott, who is 0-1. And then we have the Guardians at Blue Jays, with the Guardians Quantrill, who is 8-5, versus Toronto's Barrios, who is 8-4. And then we have the Orioles at Rays, with the Orioles Voth, who is 2-1, versus the Rays Kluber, who is 7-6.
And the birds are hot, they're saying.
Oh, yeah.
The birds are hot again. So Orioles are turning it on. That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll compare the streak with them and the Dodgers now.
Yep, we will.
And then we have the Phillies at Mets, with the Phillies Suarez, who is 8-5, versus the Mets Scherzer, who is 8-2. And then we have the Tigers at White Sox, with the Tigers Norris, who is 0-4, versus the White Sox Kopech, who is 4-8. And then we have the Yankees at the Bum Sox, with the Yankees Herman, who is 1-2, versus Boston's Evaldi, who is 5-3. And then we have the Mariners at Rangers, with the Mariners Kirby, who is 3-3, versus the Rangers Spores, who is 0-0. And then we have the Dodgers at Royals, with the Dodgers Gonsolin, who was 11-1, versus the Royals Lynch, who was 4-7. And then we have the A's at Astros, with the A's Aller, who was 1-5, versus the Astros Garcia, who was 8-8. And then we have the Brewers at Cards, with the Brewers Lawyer, who is 8-3, versus the Cards Montgomery, who is 4-3. And then we have the D-backs at Rockies, with the D-backs Davies, who is 2-4, versus the Rockies Sen Zatella, who is 3-6. And then we have the Twins at Angels, with the Twins Amal, who is 5-7, versus the Angels Sandoval, who is 3-7. And then we have the Pirates at Giants, last but not least, with the Pirates Wilson, who is 2-6, versus the Giants Rodon, who is 10-6.
All right. So 14 games tonight. Lots of baseball for Friday night for you fans. So the Field of Dreams last night, Chicago Cubs beat the Cincinnati Reds 4-2 in the cornfields in Iowa. Suzuki had a double, and that's it for the Cubbies. But they had a lot of singles. They had 10 hits and 4 runs to win the game. The Cincinnati Reds had 7 hits and only 2 runs. They had 1 double by Bayero and 1 double by Reynolds, and that was not enough to win the game. The winning pitcher was Smiley. He's 5-3 for the season. He chucked for 5 innings. He gave up 4 hits and no runs. His earned run average is 3.69. The losing pitcher was Lodolo, and he is 3-4 for the season. His earned run average is 4.72. There were 7,823 fans at the Field of Dreams last night watching the Chicago Cubs win the second ever game at the Field of Dreams. So it was a good game, close, 4-2. Cubbies won it, and we called it.
Yep.
We both called it. So there you have it, Field of Dreams this year, and we look forward to the next one next year, but we're not sure who's playing yet.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be announced next season when the season starts.
Yeah, and we don't know where the location will be. Hopefully it will be the same location, but I did see a title saying that the owner was saying that it'll be in a different location because of construction. But I didn't delve into that, so
we'll find out
that later.
We'll find out by next season, by All-Star game.
Right? Yeah, and I feel like they probably want to stay in the same location, so maybe.
They definitely want to. Yeah. So tonight, the Houston Astros are going to take on the Oakland A's. Now, the Astros won yesterday afternoon 7-3 against the Rangers. Don't forget. So the Astros are on a winning streak. Now, who's chucking tonight? Athletics versus Astros.
7:10 Central Time, Minute Park. Houston A's on the mound. Starting is Adam Mahler. He was a right-handed pitcher. He was 1-5 with a 7.63 ERA. And 29 strikeouts. On the mound for the Astros is Luis Garcia, who is a right-handed pitcher who is 8-8 with a 3.93 ERA and 117 strikeouts.
Good pitcher.
First for the A's is Kemp at left field, batting .216, and then Laureano at DH, batting .225, and then Brown at first base, batting .238, and then Murphy at catcher, batting .242, and then Pinder at right field, batting .239, and then Manchin at third base, batting .200, and then Bride at second base, batting .213, and then Stevenson at center field, batting .333, and then Allen at shortstop, batting .206. Up first for Houston is Altuve at second base, batting .280, and then Gurriel at first base, batting .240, and then Alvarez at DH, batting .295, and then Bregman at third base, batting .255, and then Tucker at right field, batting .247, and then Diaz at left field, batting .254, and then Pena at shortstop, batting .243, and then Vasquez at catcher, batting .278, and then Dubon at center field, batting .210.
Okay, so the bones in center field. Okay, all right. Then the Yankees are in Fenway Park. Oh, boy. Who's chucking tonight for the Bronx Bombers?
6:10 Central Time. We have Domingo Germán. He was a right-handed pitcher. He was 1-2 with a 5.09 ERA and 13 strikeouts. On the mound for the Bum Sox is Nathan Eovaldi, who's a right-handed pitcher who is 5-3 with a 4.23 ERA and 93 strikeouts.
Yeah, so we got the rookie against the veteran tonight. The Yankees rookie is going to have his work cut out for him. You can score a lot of runs in Fenway Park off that short green monster. And what are the lineups tonight, Mr. Colby?
Up first for the Yanks is LeMahieu at second base, batting .283, and then Judge at right field, batting .304.
Judgy!
And then Rizzo at first base, batting .224.
Riz!
And then Donaldson at third base, batting .226. And then Torres at DH, batting .252. And then Benintendi at left field, batting .305. And then Trevino at catcher, batting .261. And then Connor Falefa at shortstop, batting .265. And then Hicks at center field, batting .222. Up first for Boston at left field is Tommy Pham, batting .237. And then Devers at third base, batting .306. And then Bogarts at shortstop, batting .309. And then Verdugo at right field, batting .273. And then Martinez at DH, batting .276. And then Hosmer at first base, batting .271. And then Arroyo at second base, batting .274. And then Duran at center field, batting .234. And then Plobecki at catcher, batting .171.
Okay. I think there's going to be a lot of runs scored tonight. I just got that feeling. They're going to be smacking it off the green monster tonight. I hope it's the Yankees that are doing the scoring.
Yep.
Okay. And where does that leave us with the standings now? What do we got?
In the AL East, the Yanks are 10 games over Toronto.
All right.
In the AL Central, the Guardians are 1.5 games over the Twins. In the AL West, Houston is 11 games over Seattle. In the NL East, the Mets are 7 games over the Braves. In the NL Central, the Cards are half a game over the Brewers. And then the NL West, the Dodgers are 16 games over the Padres. And they have a 10-game win streak, and the Orioles have a... Bless you.
Sorry.
Well, they lost their last game.
Oh, so they're 7-3 in their last 10. So they're 7-3. Anybody else? Mets are 8-2 in their last 10. St. Louis is 8-2 in their last 10. So there's still some other hot teams, but the Dodgers are it.
Mm-hmm.
They're still smoking hot 10-0. We'll see what happens to them tonight. So we got 14 games. They're all starting to crank up right now. Lots of baseball tonight for Friday night baseball for our blazing baseball fans.
Yep. Any other baseball topics you want to go over today?
That's it for Friday night. I'm happy if the Yankees win and the Astros win.
Yep. And we'll catch you all here tomorrow on Blazing Baseball, Blazing Through tomorrow's baseball topics. Peace.
Blazing baseball. Peace out.
I love it.